Hello, everyone, and welcome to another scene for Living World of Darkness, Changeling the Dreaming Venue, Kingdom of Apples. In this scene, we have, a relatively recently popular hangout spot, a tea shop owned by Silas Caldwell Slua. And that's where some of our lovely characters will be happening to meet up at the same time. So that is where we will pick up our scene. Take it away.
So Cheyenne walks in. She looks if there's anybody she knows that's already there. Doesn't sound like it. So she'll order her tea and she'll kind of sit on the stool. And she'll just sit there with her stool. She has a lollipop in her mouth and then her tea on the counter.
I
She's kind
get
of she's spinning on the thing
a
on
good
the
a good minute or two later. Um, uh, Max Max walks in through the door with a piece of paper in his hands, looking just a little bit lost. But when he sees Shea, he knows he's in the right spot, and yeah, he heads on over. Just says, "Hey, um, do you remember me from a couple of nights ago?"
So she's spinning around going, wee! Wee! Oh, hey, yeah. Max, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, this is the place. They make wonderful tea. Here, taste. And she, like, hands over her tea. Hers is a very flowery one. Very flowery.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes.
Yeah, I was somebody said I should meet Caldwell.
Um, yeah, and she'll look around. He's not here right now. I think he'll be around.
Okay, okay.
Someone pushes the door. That person who pushes the door is wearing like this like crazy motherfucking weirdo armor. When I say weirdo, it's pretty, pretty cool. Um, Matthew, do you mind if Alice is with him?
No problem. So Alice is walking in beside him. She is currently dressed as a schoolgirl with her hair currently in a set of pigtails held up by some cute yellow ribbons.
William will like open the door for her and then wait for her to enter. His like helmet is like under his hand. He has like his shield and his sword as well, and his wolf is behind him. And he nods to everyone, and he says, "Hello, how's it going, guys?"
I'm good. Horny bastard. And she'll smile.
Thank you.
Hey, it's everybody from the yeah. Oh man, small world.
Exactly, Max. Small world. I'm happy that you found this place.
Right. And he points and he squints and he says, "William."
Yes, that guy.
Yes.
It's me.
All right. Still working.
No problem. It's completely okay. William Black. Um, is everything okay with the nightmares, by the way? Like, are you feeling good or better or fucked up?
Um, this I kind of I don't remember a heads up about the nightmares. Maybe it was just the the crazy night, but no, didn't sleep so good last night.
I'm sorry, bro. That's bad.
Yeah, it's hey, at least it's good to know everybody's having them. I'm not just there's nothing weird going on with me. Just alone. We're all in the Nightmares Club.
Nope. Yep. Everybody's having the big fuck off nightmares.
He nods. It's gonna be over soon, guys. We are trying to handle it as soon as possible. I think like Alice is knows the deal as well.
Alice will take that moment to unladylike crack her knuckles in front of herself. We have the situation well in hand. I don't think I was properly introduced, but Alice Amari, she says, doing a more shallow curtsy given the shortness of her attire.
And he'll kind of have like an kind of look on his face and put his hand on his midsection and offer a bow. Say, I am Max Harper. It is a pleasure to meet you, Ms. Amari.
She smiles at him. So, what borough?
Ooh, this one right here in Queens.
What do you do for a living?
I am a professional street musician. I got a card that says so.
You know,
Reaches
you
in
know,
his
like
pocket. Sorry.
you kind of had that vibe.
And he's just kind of smiling. He says, "Really?"
Yeah, like your voice is like pretty deep already. I can hear it. I can imagine you singing song. It's. Are you playing like guitar?
Yeah, I play the guitar and I sing.
Any good with pop?
A little bit of pop. I like Michael Jackson and some of the stuff they play on the radio. You just want attention. Yeah,
Man, I
the fun
love
stuff.
that song.
Hmm.
Have you heard my new hit single?
Wait, you're that Alice Amari?
She does a high-speed twirl.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I hear your stuff all the time.
Well, Mr. Harper, I'm always looking for new talent to help with some of my performances.
Really? Oh, man. Thank you. Oh, man, I'd love to. And he offers, like, he takes a step forward and, like, offers his hand to shake.
She'll take his hand and shake. Her grip is not firm at all, but
His is definitely very excited.
well, she pulls a card out of her purse. Here you go. That's the address for the studio. Stop on by. Just tell them that I'm the one who made the recommendation, and if they give you any trouble, then she actually takes the card back. 1 second. Pulls out a pin, a red Sharpie, writes down her number on it, hands it back. Just call me, and I'll tell them that they are fired.
Oh, I don't want to get anybody fired, but okay.
I'm not going to actually fire them.
Oh, okay.
I can't fire anyone. I work for my manager,
Right.
I have to keep a little bit of a diva appearance up, though, she says, flipping one of her pigtails.
Ooh.
She can do that very well. That was not an insult, Alice. William says like immediately after he realizes.
I'll just chalk it up to lack of sleep, William.
I just watched your how do I say I watched your couple concerts. That's what I was talking about.
Well, you're going to be seeing another concert up close and personal.
Very soon. Yep. Hopefully everything's gonna be fine.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be. What's the term? Uh, BOC or something?
Pardon?
When you're saying something's fine, Americans have a term for it.
William tries to think, as Amachan is not American, he's like, this is my dumb day. I can't find it.
Well,
Max, do you know her?
Is be okay?
Oh, yeah, that.
Oh, okay. How about I ask for a song in the concert? My favorite. Maybe brother
Oh,
sister,
what-
you know, like brotherly sisterly favors singing a song for me. Cool. No,
What song is it?
Macklemore Can't Hold Us.
Okay, you know I'm gonna have to get copyright permission to do something like that.
Ah, shit. You're right. William was so happy for like 3 seconds, and he's like, ah, shit. Okay.
Oh man, that song would be so great in your style. I could kind of I could kind of see it.
William nods and smiles.
I've been
I just go on.
well, no, I've been trying to dip into other genres a little bit. Tried a punk song. It was to a different reaction.
Oh man, did that happen at the concert I missed?
Mm-hmm.
I was still on my way back into town. I was pretty upset I missed it.
It was the first time they had me wear a gothic outfit. It was different.
Sorry, the
But-
whispering threw me off a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, guitarists are always someone we're going to need to help with some of the songs. And I mean, if you can sing, I can't do male vocals or backup singing, you know.
Okay, I can do that.
And I really love having local talent, she says, leaning forward, hands clasped behind her back.
And yeah, his floofy little tail is just going at this point. He's building all kinds of new muscles in his ass.
And
May I, Mr. Harper, or do you want me to call you Max?
You can call me Max, yeah.
Thank you. He smiles and then says, "So, sometimes we usually hold like activities, not because the Alice's activities, but there's a freehold that I run with my motley. We are bunch, happy bunch, and we sometimes throw good night activities where we try to help everyone in the Brooklyn. Maybe we can have a deal. Like we can pay you, and you can have a show. Would that be acceptable?"
Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to, I'm used to just working for tips and stuff. I wouldn't I wouldn't want to burden you guys too much. Party's party,
He smiles and says, "No, man, we will try our best to help everyone, especially local talents. We couldn't actually do one with Alice yet, which we should do immediately." And he smiles to Alice.
well, unless you're holding it really late at night, I'm going to be stuck here in Queens.
You're right.
But Alice gave me an idea for something I can do. She'll smell.
Like what?
I want to get a dance dance trip together, and the money we'll gain will go to the homeless.
Quite
If you
nice.
guys want to be a part of that.
I mean, I'm like a wood and I'm like a wet wood, so like I'm kind of terrible at dancing.
No, I
I
mean
only
if
danced like I only danced with like Amber a couple
no,
times, which like she gave me a choreography with like her friend, and guess what? I did what I needed to do. They say like it was pretty good, but I don't think so.
no, but I mean I can dance at the freehold.
Oh, you can dance the Creole as well. Local talents. We should support all of them, right? He looks at Alice.
Mm.
Absolutely. Though, if you're going to do something big in Brooklyn, why not just put on a cross barony governy free state talent show?
Um, the idea was, which is a big like it's a long idea that comes from like the beginning of what we did, which caused problems thanks to the nightmares. And we're thinking like 1 month at a time we would do like everyone gathering and all that just. But you know what, like because the last festival I was all about like saying fuck the festival because of the counts. Um, we can actually do something like that to make people happy after, especially Nightmare Problem. What do you think? It would be crazy good.
Well, I'll I definitely will check my schedule to see if I can do it. I'd love to participate. I
Okay.
will say that I'm aiming for sometime next month a really big blowout performance in Manhattan. So I'm
Nice.
gonna try to schedule around that.
Oh, is this like a surprise concert or like is this a planned thing?
Um, it's kind of planned, kind of. My manager dropped the idea on me at the last second. Our pyrotechnics at the last one, he said, were incredible. He didn't even know he hired the people. She says with a broad smile on her face. They literally just came out of nowhere. And so he's hoping that the publicity from that and actually hiring individuals to help with different displays, pyrotechnics, we should have a bigger, larger performance and maybe get on the national scene.
Wow, that
Really
sounds like a
nice.
yeah. He's Max is nodding too with his brows furrowed. He, if you have an empathy score of 1, he doesn't completely follow, but it's definitely impressive.
I guess at this point, a very tired Ephraim walks through the coffee shop. Um, he will smile at Alice, being that she is the only one he actively knows. Um, did I come to the right place?
She smiles back. Actually, as soon as he sees him, again gives him a short curtsy to be both polite and maintain some degree of modesty. No, you made it to the perfect place, Sir Bishop.
How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Are you okay?
It's been a rough night, but I'm trying to shake it off. A little tired.
Oh, let me go get you some tea. I'm sure Caldwell has something caffeinated.
No, I can get it myself. It's okay, thanks.
Oh, sure.
Who are your friends? I don't want to be rude.
Oh, this is Mr. Harper. He is a local artist.
Hello, Mr. Harper. How are you?
Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, kind of walks over and offers his hand to shake.
He'll shake his hand. My name is Sir Ephraim Bishop of House Bowman. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. We're using those names. In that case, and he kind of looks around to make sure, they're in a safe space. And he just kind of says, "You can call me Melodicus Thunderhoof."
He smiles and says, "Well, Mr. Thunderhoof." And then you just see him smirk. It's nice to meet you.
Hell yeah.
The red cap over here. This is a friend of mine going back to when I first arrived in the city. Shea. She's a dancer from Staten.
She smiles. Sup?
Hello. How are you, Shea? Miss Shea.
I'm alright. You can just call me Shea. I feel weird having people calling me Miss.
Okay, Shea.
And the large, very gruntled individual is the infamous, famous Councilman Black from Brooklyn.
How are you, Councilman?
Quite fine. He extends a hand.
Shakes it.
Please call me William.
William or Void?
Pardon?
What did you say? Like, what would you like to be called, sir?
Oh, William. William.
William. Okay. Okay, William.
He nods.
I'm going to go get some tea, and I'll be more than happy to sit and converse. And excuse me. He walks off, gets his tea.
Sir Bishop has been staying lately in Manhattan. He's one of the new arrivals.
I have heard about Sir Bishop. There is a lot of new Arcadian she in the town. Now 3, and we just had 3 of them coming.
Yeah, aren't the other 2 Beaumain too? She'll look to Alice.
I know one of them is, and they're brother and sister, but that could mean almost anything. I mean, in theory, you could be a brother or a sister from a different house. It works that way in Japan too. There are kamis who are kind of like that, and there's also kamis who are brothers and sisters who are married. So, unusual in the U.S., but not so unusual in historical Shintoism.
Or, councilman brother and a baroness sister. William says with a smile.
Okay, that's not unusual at all, though, she says, looking back at him.
God damn it. Make it special, Alice.
Well, I can do that, but I mean, some of those tricks I have that would make us really special would also, involve, like, dying. I mean, I thought of a really interesting way to utilize my pyretics. It involves eating or drinking something from a vial, and then you can have one of those scenes. You say something like about a dagger or whatever that Shakespeare stuff is.
My dear sister, I think I have eaten your hot. What was the name of that thing?
Oh, my soup.
Yes, my stomach still remembers your soup.
Yes. Well, I know it was a little soupy. It was supposed to be ramen, but I mean, I let the noodles go a little too long. Not that bad. And look, it cured everything.
It did. It did. Thank you.
Including your hunger.
It did. It did. William says it like, yeah, it did. For 2 days.
It's like a weight loss program.
It is. Your intentions are what's important, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You solved a Kroll's hunger?
It was
Next,
so delicious, he couldn't eat anything else.
Exactly.
so next step, Red gets hunger, and she'll smile.
Alice looks around the shop. Well, I could ask Caldwell if I could use his kitchen.
I mean, maybe not. No, I don't know. Maybe tonight if you want to. I don't know.
Coming back with his cup of tea. Is the just sit anywhere? I assume.
Anywhere you would like is fine.
Oh, hi. How are you? He'll smile.
He gives a small tip of his head. Good to see you again, Bishop. How are you faring these days?
I'm tired, but based off what's happening, I'm okay.
That's good to hear. And the rest of you? And by the way, you do know that ramen noodles have petroleum byproducts in it, and it's really bad for you. It will literally take like a month for it to like process in your body.
I mean, is that the commercial shit, or is that actually like traditional ramen noodles?
Well, I'm assuming you're talking about the stuff that comes in the package from the store.
For 10 cents. He'll smile.
Mm-hmm. Or the cup of ramen.
25 cents.
I'm sure the homemade ramen does not, stick with you as the counterfeit or the cheap stuff. Excuse me. Anyways, it's neither here nor there. What you decide to eat is on you. I prefer, I like ramen noodles myself, especially the really overcooked ones. Anyways,
How are you? She'll smile at him.
good. Why are you all here at one time in my shop?
Oh, he told me to come meet you. He points at William.
She told me to come here. Points at Alice.
It's because William and I have a plan. Dark business for dark times, she says, motioning towards the tables.
Oh, dark times? That's literally my call sign. I'm down for this. What's up?
We're gonna have to come up with a better call sign once we get into the well, we'll discuss that later, she says, grinning as she takes a seat primly. Pulls out a blank parchment, puts it on the table, and then holds both ends, one end down with her purse and the other with a flask of gin.
Oh, one moment, please. And then Caldwell shuffles off, comes back, and then brings out like a whole spread of like sconces and biscuits. Or scones, not sconces. Jesus Christ. Not
What?
only. No,
I wasn't about to correct you in your own house.
Are you putting biscuits in sconces now?
Hey, I thought it was a weird bunk coming our way. I thought you were just going to put down a wall sconce filled with biscuits, and that was going to be your bunk. So
I'm not about to correct the pronunciation of the host and make him sound ignorant. It's not nice.
Scones, excuse me. Jesus. Oh, man. Okay.
Do you need some help?
No, I'm perfectly okay. Thank you. I appreciate the offer, though. So, as you were, Alice, please.
William and I have been working overtime to fight all the nightmares and monsters and a nervosa plaguing our city. And in the process, we noticed something.
And what is that?
I think the meme is free real estate.
He says with a scone in his mouth.
You.
Harper, it's coming out of your mouth. Hands him a napkin.
Focal.
Free real estate, you mean more
Dross.
like so you wish for us to scavenge?
Scavenge is such a precise and correct term. Yes.
Well, that's exactly why I called it that. There's nothing wrong with scavenging.
Nope. Just like we did before, only we won't have to kill what we're scavenging from.
Oh, then why are we still talking here? Shouldn't we be out there doing just that?
I told you, William. I told you he would be 100% on board with this.
William nods, like, he says, but that doesn't mean there won't be dangers, though. When did that stop you, right?
Right.
I'm so happy there is no Puka. Like, I can ask questions.
And don't worry. Anything we fight, we clearly outnumber. With William with us, 10-1.
Thank you.
Well, I figure you can take 5 opponents simultaneously, and then if you die and come back, that's another 5. So that'll be 10.
Thank you.
Whoa! Can you grow extra arms?
No, not yet.
He can do this. Oh no! He has an even better trick where he gets stabbed a lot and then gets back up.
Oh!
Yeah.
Is this something we can test right now?
No.
Oh, if you want to, she says, pulling out a Zippo.
William is like, I got attacked in Queens by the terrorists. Long story. I got stabbed. And then I surprisingly didn't die.
I turned into a dragon once. Kind of got in trouble for that.
That's not something to be proud of, though.
But
No? she'll put her hand up. No,
fucking story.
hand up. No, hey, no, turning into a dragon is something to be proud of. Kind of going out of control and going out of control isn't. But yeah, no, turning into a dragon is something to be proud of.
No, it's not.
I don't know. Dragons are pretty cool, man.
Not when it's breaking your sheet at the same time. No, it's really not.
I mean, if you don't get caught, who said that?
I don't know. Who did that?
The she in the room is saying, "Wow."
William just slowly looked
There's a commoner employee that just turns its head and looks at him it blinks and then just keeps going on about its business.
From pulls
Wow.
out a book that says how to not sound privileged and continues to read.
Oh my gosh. Bring yourself down to the commoner level.
William takes a deep breath and puts his helmet, he puts his helmet on. He doesn't. He's getting okay. This is getting crazy.
Puts his helmet on. God save me.
He's okay. We have
Still have bitches.
He's he's in his we got she, we got overly enthusiastic satyr, we got a Suwa, and a Baroness Chloricon. This can't go wrong.
don't forget, I'm going to set you on fire, William, before we start this.
William's
Hey, that's
hand
not
meets his
very-
helmet.
It's not very nice. Why would you do that?
What?
Fire solves everything.
But don't you want to set them on fire and not our friend here on fire?
Yeah.
No, there's 2 kinds of fire. Helpful fire that sets you on fire and burns you to dust, and then unhelpful fire that burns you to dust and you don't come back.
William puts his hands close to he puts his hands up, and that meme where the guy puts his hands up and says aliens.
Yeah.
Stops. It's Alice. It's just Alice. And stops there. Doesn't say anything more.
Fair enough. I've seen Alice do her fair share of miraculous things. If she says such things, I don't have any reason to doubt her.
I mean, I've done 2 miraculous things that I think are beyond anything else. I found 2 of the cutest, Beaumain and she in the city, and they live in Manhattan.
Excuse me, what? Oh, okay, awesome. Very confused. Nothing. Continue shooting, book. What?
Okay, so where exactly are we going now for this, though?
Alice said dreaming.
Where nothing can go wrong.
Yeah! Ha-ha! Hell yeah!
Before we go, though, may I politely inquire as to perhaps the combat experience that most of you possess?
You know I'm more than likely to swallow that sword than put it in somebody else. So, yeah.
We can maybe do it this way. My apologies, Max. Please continue.
No, it's cool. I was just gonna say, there was this guy named Biscuit that tried to touch my guitar once, and I slapped him with my case.
Fascinating.
I mean, that's a
Yeah.
reasonable response. You shouldn't have touched your stuff.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, if it was one of my kind, we probably would have stabbed him. But
I came home late once. Three dudes tried to steal from me. I beat the crap out of them. All three.
You know, broken bones teach better lessons than talking. So.
I like you.
it just
But
makes you know
what? Pain is a very good teacher. It teaches you not to do things.
Sir Bishop, do you still have that sword?
I do.
Great, then I think we're all ready for this. And stand behind William if you're not sure about getting close to the opponent.
There are tales of him. I'm very excited to see what he does.
Thank you. Maybe what we can do is first, like we can, if we see an opponent, if something attack has only one, of course, one big giant tank. Let me be the tank, and you guys can like circle it, so it will be easier for you to handle it while I try to like keep it busy.
And if
and
we
Alice
have to
puts bombs, and Alice at the same time sends bombs with Pyrex.
pretty much. And worst case, if we have to split off into multiple fights, I can also do my part to what's the term Sebastian uses? Pull aggro, whatever that means.
Maybe what we can do is you can, lead a one group and be a tank if there's two of them. If there's like two of the creatures, you and I.
So basically, call it as we see it. So
exactly.
We'll follow behind William, and then if there's more than one, then kind of split up between Alice and William. And then while those two are keeping them occupied, we can focus on bringing down one and then switch to the other. Right?
Yeah, crazy.
Pretty much.
Sweet.
But if shit goes to shit, and if like Alice or me says like we need to go back, just don't look and go back.
Mm-hmm. And if both of us die, then
tell Amber I'm sorry.
William, you know you're going to be back in like a minute.
Amber is gonna miss me though.
Just that. Sebastian knows I'll be fine. If Sir Bishop, just let him know that I'll be late for dinner.
Yes.
Is there? I have only one question. Is there anyone who is kind of capable of healing?
Negative.
Okay.
I believe it's don't get hit.
That's a good approach. Like, correct. That's quite good. He was like, yeah. That.
Also, remember, out of character, and you would know, your characters would know that you do stand a better chance of survival in the dreaming, as you can absorb damage while you're there. So, add a character, you can soak lethal. You can soak damage in the dreaming. So
Aggravated damage, though. That's the problem.
aggravated doesn't
That's the
really exist
Ah, okay. I
in
didn't know
this
that.
game. Remember, it's
Wait.
just lethal.
Okay,
It's all the same damage in the dreaming. It's all lethal.
Okay.
I have aggravated damage. I can bring it into the dreaming.
Aggravated doesn't in this splat when we're just doing this. Aggravated isn't really a thing, especially in the dreaming. It's all the same. It's all the same damage, and you can soak it.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Just keep high spirits and look out for things, and then try to cover for each other as best we can.
Exactly.
By the way, can I borrow a weapon?
What kind of weapon you want?
I prefer a knife.
William pulls his knife and gives it to him.
Oh, wait. Oh, are there extras?
Man, I had like only one knife. I'm sorry. If I knew, I would have brought some.
You got a guitar case, right?
Guitar case.
I do.
I
I've
can
got
make that guitar case very. No, I can't because it's not chimera. Yeah, I can, but it will be very hard for me, and it would go away. So, can you ride?
Right. Like,
Wait,
Horse, riding a horse.
oh, I've never been on a horse.
Okay. Let me think of where we can find you a sword immediately, or like a knife. As William looks at Alice, like he's like trying to brainstorm.
Whoa.
You
be
could give him a
something-
butcher knife from the kitchen.
Whoa.
It'll work in a pinch.
Nobody likes baseball.
Oh wait, are we allowed to bring in weapon stuff like that into the Dreaming OC?
I was assuming the shop was like half in the dreaming. I apologize.
I mean, Carlo does have like 10,000 knives behind the counter. I just didn't know if we can bring in like knives from
If they're mundane, no, they have to be chimerical.
Oh, okay, then no.
Well, I don't have a knife, but I mean, we could just loan him an indestructible flail.
Yeah.
That sounds dope as hell.
Dude, like that thing is like it's a legendary thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be extra legendary later on. She says, handing it over.
Oh, nice.
Don't lose it. I have plans for that.
Oh, see, it's a commoner flail.
Flail! Oh. No cold iron. Jesus Christ. Look, I just saw the side chat. No, that's not happening.
I don't want to nuke the dreaming. No.
We're not. Yeah, exactly. We're not nuking the dreaming. All right. So, is everybody prepared? And those of you that have been to the dreaming before, you know how to get there. So I'll let you lead the way. And so you're gonna go to the near dreaming. As you leave the gray world, it starts to dissipate, and you're in a more, well, for lack of a better term, a dream-like world where everything's exaggerated. Colors are brighter, and probably a little bit skewed. The grass is not green, it's more like blue or purple. Same with the sky. It's not blue, it's like yellow or whatever dreams happen to make the sky today.
It's pink.
Pink. All right. So we have a pink sky. So yeah, and you are on the silver path.
William is like keeping Kelgar close because Kelgar is very high consensus. So he's like, like, boy, just if you hear something, let us know. And he's just like rough. And um, he kind of like looks at the others and Shea, can you check the back while we have Max, Silas, and Bishop, if you guys, of course, okay with this, in the middle, while Alice and I lead on the front.
Sure.
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 William has this like giant ass armor, and like he has this shield, and he pulls his like his sword is being pulled already. He but like he tries to keep his energy as best as he can.
Alice pulls out her transformation device, and with a call of Sun Love Power Activate, begins a actual magical girl transition sequence, almost straight out of Sailor Moon.
Of course.
Of course she does.
Of course it is. I will
Yeah.
also say that because of the nightmare situation, there does seem to be a heaviness about the dreaming that those that have been in here before wasn't there, and just seems a little bit eerie instead of a more happy place.
Yeah, Shay has a bracelet on that kind of takes her whole hand, which is just the form of like skeletons. And when they walk into a dreaming, they actually turn into a what are those weapons? I forgot what they're called in English that you just normally just put on your fists.
Cestus?
Brass knuckles.
Oh,
Yeah,
that. Okay.
they're kind of brass knuckles, but they have like big ass claws attached to them.
So you basically put on Wolverine claws.
Yeah, I think
Hooray!
yes. But yeah,
Okay.
it's actually
What are the stats on those?
the first time I was given, I thought it wasn't much for what I had, but I mean, because there's this change since then. It was +2. It was like yeah, +2 lethal.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty
For
much what
a
I was gonna say that they would be. It would be strength +2. Okay,
But
cool.
they're a chemical weapon of 3.
Okay,
I paid. So
sounds good. Okay,
okay. And what's the difficulty to hit them with? Is it 6 or is it less?
it's 6.
It's 6. Okay.
Yeah, I got the combat guide up now for all this stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys are walking along. You feel like you should be on guard because of the nightmare situation and stuff like that. So, as you're looking around, you do see off the path that there are some chimera that don't appear to be moving.
Perception investigation, or actually perception, can I?
Sure.
Where are you? Okay. I don't remember my sheet off the top of my head. I apologize. Okay.
I have failed that roll.
105. If someone can roll for me, that's wait, canning, yeah, 5 dice.
I got you.
4 successes for William.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I had a lucky roll, man.
Max is looking in the opposite direction.
He's just so enthusiastic.
Walking down the street in Sad Town.
Shea has 2 successes. Okay. 2. William has 4. William has 3. Okay. So, anybody who failed, just kind of like wonder why they're laying there like that. Yeah, and kind of just like not really paying much attention. Anyone with successes will suspect that, let's say 2 successes, you will suspect that something's not entirely right with that. That there's possibly something very, very wrong. 3 successes, you think that they're dead. 4 successes, they're dead. There's some dead chimera over there.
William kind of stops and then says turns towards the group and says, "Dead chimera ahead, guys."
Fuck.
Right there. Admiral Point.
Alice, maybe you guys can try to harvest them while I and Kelgar have a watch. What do you say?
I think that'd be a good idea.
Do you
William
mind
says,
showing me how to do that, Alice?
Absolutely. Just reach out your hands, and she says, walking over to one of them, look for anything kind of sparkly. Ooh, teeth.
So out of character, to harvest glamour, multiple people can harvest from 1 chimera at a time.
Mhm.
Roll your glamour rating at difficulty 7. The number of successes is how much dross you will receive from the chimera, but you can only roll once per chimera.
Okay.
All right.
So that's and do you dross count in that?
No, it's just your flat glamour.
No, it's your
Okay.
it's your permanent glamour rating.
Okay, thought so. Just wanted to make sure.
Wow, 1, 2,
5
4.
dice for me, please.
5 dice.
William will not do this time because he is watching with Kelgar. Kelgar is looking back and William is looking at the front to make sure he is nobody just jumps on them. But if after they're done, if I can roll, I would like to roll as well. If no, it's fine.
Okay, so Shay got 2. No, Shay didn't get any.
Oh.
I got mine.
It's diff 7. You got 1. Max
I
got
got mine.
1.
I got mine, William. Go ahead and get yours.
Okay.
I got
So,
exactly 1.
You're not seeing anything suspicious this time, William. You're able to switch places with somebody and take your role at harvesting this creature.
Is it a glamour roll?
Yes, it is glamour difficulty 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Okay.
Wow.
William got a lot of glamour out of that. Or got a lot of dross out of that one. Okay. So please remember to keep track of how much dross you are gaining from these chimera.
Don't worry. I am keeping that in mind.
Right. So for this particular chimera, you seem to be able to harvest it. Those of you that were able to harvest with relative ease, there doesn't appear to be anything around this moment.
For a person that's never done it before, what does it look like?
So what it looks like is you're basically picking apart the chimera and get it infusing the magic from it into whatever object of your choosing is for your dross. And it just kind of looks like, when you're pulling stuffing out of a stuffed animal.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of resembles that. And you're just you're getting the stuff out of the chimera and infusing it into your object. And what happens after you're done, this particular chimera is pretty depleted of glamour. It kind of dissipates and it gets absorbed back into the dreaming, and you'll notice that any foliage that's around seems to be like rejuvenated and revitalized by the decomposition of this chimera.
Can I have an intelligence or wit screamer? Or
Wit's
can I?
great.
It's up to you.
Kenning. Yeah, it would be Kenning. Wits.
Okay.
So that way you know what you've done is a good thing for the dreaming.
He has no idea. So
Right? Yeah, he doesn't know. No, he doesn't really know what's happened, but he thinks it's kind of cool.
kind of cool.
Like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, this doesn't seem to be harming anything, so sure. But he
And I
doesn't
think-
know. But he doesn't know what happened.
I think you also kind of like it kind of manifests in whatever like way kind of identifies with you the most. So like when Caldwell does it, it looks like a baby spider kind of crawling to him before it kind of like crystallizes.
Go on, Max. Go on, Max.
When Max does it, it's a golden guitar pick with like a little symbol of like an old like harp with silver on it.
That's
The
cool.
Williams one is like extremely generic. It's a symbol of freedom. Appears in his hand from
So an eagle. Oh.
no.
Man, my guy over here just walks around with a bag of eagles.
Bag of eagles.
Shit.
America.
America.
Yeah.
Little American flags.
Williams glasses are
Eagle
eagle
feathers.
going America.
There you go. Eagle feathers. There you go. Sorry.
I need to find America gif.
I have a meme that I could send you. So, with this particular chimera, you harvest it with relative ease, and keep walking along the path, and you'll spot another one.
I'll take watch this time while other people can go first. I'll just go last.
You
Oh.
recently arrived to the our autumn world. Please go ahead.
But it's like I'm a she. It's kind of like rude.
It's okay.
Are you sure?
Please.
Okay. So he will like go over.
5 dice, please, SD. With a success, if possible, that time.
I can't guarantee anything because fucking Discord is a cruel mistress sometimes.
Question: can you spend willpower on this roll, S2?
No. No
Okay.
willpower.
1.
Shea gets 4 this time.
Yay! I'll say yes. Shay is probably appear as badges, like little badges you put on like dancing skeletons.
That's cool. Nice.
I think it fits her.
It does fit her.
I guess what Ephraim's looks like is I guess golden pieces of thread. He's like, oh, that's pretty. Shoves them in his
So-
pocket.
This time, as you're harvesting, you feel the ground rumble a little bit.
William is like keeping watch, by the way, with Kelgar, and Kelgar has like a lot of dice to in perceptual alertness, by the way. Just so you know, like I couldn't
Okay.
say it this time, but I was keeping watch.
Yeah, I know, but this is a free thing for everybody to feel because it's really unmistakable.
Okay.
But you can roll Kelgar's perception alertness, because he can get something extra.
While he's doing that, Max will actually like look over after feeling the. Does everybody feel the rumbling?
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, Max will look over at William and say, "Hey, was that you?"
No, something is coming, my friend.
Protocol. He runs behind William.
Alice is pulling out her flask. The power of fire compels you, she says, throwing it on each one of them in turn.
What?
What?
The power of fire compels you, she says, throwing it on him.
Oh my god.
But wait, what does that mean?
It means we're about to fight, princess. As he flips out his sword.
Aw. Aw.
She is setting up a bunk. She is currently throwing alcohol as if it was some sort of religious tool on everyone, while calling out to the power of fire compelling them.
You see Shaya kind of lick where the alcohol hit her.
Is this
Um,
regular alcohol or like rubbing alcohol?
This
true.
is gin.
Gin? No.
Oh yeah, definitely. You see Shaya kind of lick where the alcohol hit her.
That's not why. Everyone looks very confused and upset.
So, I believe.
So
If you want to explain
for
what's going on, Alice, what are you doing it for?
let me tell Amachan what Kelgar knows. So as everyone feels the rumbling, Kelgar is able to discern that something very big and possibly angry is coming.
So everyone sees like Kelgar kind of like looks at William and says, "Rough, rough, rough, rough." And William's like, "Guys, something probably big and probably angry coming this way." Just
All right.
only one of them. So just like we talk, let me be the tank, and you guys go ham, circle it. I will take his attention on me. Okay?
Wait, what if it's a good big thing?
If it's a good thing, good big thing, we will
And
talk.
it has made an obvious mistake and it dies today.
What? No.
Yes.
No.
I choose myself. I choose myself. I choose life.
I choose life too. I don't want to die.
Let's see if it's gonna be aggressive first, guys. Please. But like William is like holding his shield in front of him. Then he says like, "Let's see if it's aggressive."
Aggressive. Be
Caldwell
aggressive.
kind of like climbs on William's back, kind of like peering over, like, all right, let's see. Like,
Okay, so everyone feels the rumbling get more intense as this thing approaches. Nobody has common sense, do they?
I do.
The
Ew.
what? I
So,
didn't take it.
so William would know that if everybody gets back on the silver path, they're probably not going to get hurt.
William kind of looks at the people and says like, "Oh shit, we're not on silver path. Maybe if we return, this guy might leave us alone."
Cool. I don't want to hurt anybody. And he like gallops his happy little ass.
But weren't we supposed to get Dross? And you're so big. He turns to William. Wait.
I don't mind fighting this thing, but that's an option. I like presenting options to people.
Tata gives you this bemused look. Like, are we turning back now? Like,
Well, with the information you have provided, it's no longer a suicidal task. It's a calculated risk.
Are
I
we
don't
good
mind
at that?
taking this.
But the
this
power
job.
of fire compels us. Like,
And she was
Looked at
waiting
you.
for someone to repeat that, and as soon as he does, she lights her Zippo at that moment, and I'm going to cast Pyretics 5.
What?
To do what?
Just Pyretics 5, Scene 2. Every one of us has the if they die, they come back
Oh,
effect.
well, okay. Sure, roll that shit. Your bunk gives you a -2.
All right. And then +1, so that's -1 total for a diff of 7 with 10 no nightmare dice for once.
Wow. Oh yeah, because yeah.
1, 2, 3 successes.
Ooh, good job. All right.
All right, so if anyone dies, they will come back in 1 hour with full glamour, health, and willpower.
I want to do a thing as well if I'm allowed.
Okay.
Lizzie,
Yeah.
can-
Go ahead.
So, William's bunk will be a small speech about, fighting. And, actually, no. He will actually, try to start a chant where, he hits his shield with a sword, like, tung, 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 tung. And if he's only doing it, well, it's cool, guys, thank you. But if he's not doing all by himself, maybe we may get a good bunk.
Well, Caldwell is on William's back, so like he's gonna start banging on his helmet, like.
And when he does that, William starts to hit his foot to the ground, like dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
Caldwell try to match the tempo there with the repeat, the tamps on the helmet.
Max will do the same, but clicking his hoof against the silver path.
Does anybody else join us to Mr. William?
Alice is pulling out a megaphone, a chimerical megaphone made by a old knocker friend.
Good old days.
Yes.
And we'll toss that over to Caldwell to make this even better.
Shia will start banging her claws on William's armor.
I
To make
knew I
noise.
kept that for a reason.
Giving him a megaphone?
To
To speak in a casual volume.
exactly. William, the more people chanted, he's like, "Shall we begin?" He's trying to hype people up. But what I wish to do is to cast. What should I cast? What do you guys want? Dragon's Ire 1, Dragon's Ire 2, Dragon's Ire 3. I'm gonna give you guys Dragon's Ire 1 so you guys can have more strength. I'm gonna spend 2 glamour for scene 2, and which is up my difficulty by 1. This is Fey -1, diff 8.
So I forgot to say that because you are in the dreaming, I believe cantrips are at a -1 anyway.
They
So
don't cost glamour.
and it doesn't cost any glamour.
Okay, so
Oh,
-1 from Fey, -1 from what was the name of that? -1 from Fey, -1 from Dreaming, which is diff 6, and it's +1 for using scene, diff 7. What does our bunk gives us? Old people, except I think Ephraim hitting everywhere and getting hyped for the battle.
Oh, -2.
Okay, difficulty 5. Hopefully this will be fine, guys. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So you divide that into duration and effect.
Everyone gains plus 5 strength for 2 turns.
Wow.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Welcome to the strong man show, apparently.
So I'm going to take the opportunity now to show you what is coming.
Okay. I was going to
So-
say, okay, with
Oh,
her restriction, can Shea? She can't do it on Faye, but can she do it on chimerical weapon?
for what?
Because with her restrictions right now, she can't do like her power, can't use her powers on Faye, but can she use it on chimerical
Weapon.
weapons?
Lindsay, the contract she was given by Leon says you can't use your magic on other Fae. As far as I
Okay.
know, by
It
Carol. But
specifically just says Faye.
it
Yeah.
specifically says, but I can ask Carol or you can
I'm
ask her if you
asking.
want to. Okay.
She's watching. Everybody say hi to Carol. She's watching.
Hi,
Hello.
Bleh.
I just gave like plus 5 strength, which is like bigger than Krenos guys.
We're Mokale now.
Yes.
Not quite, but okay.
Fine. Someone unleash Dragon's Ire and turn us into Mokale.
That's more appropriate.
Okay, yes, yes, Shea can affect chimerical objects, and chimera, just not Fae.
Okay, so she'll use it.
Specifically, other changelings.
So she'll use Dragon's Ire on her claws. What do I roll for that again?
It is your Dragon's Ire rating plus Fae, at difficulty 8 or 7 because you're in the dreaming.
Wait, is it plus Faye? Or would it be
Yes.
something else? Okay.
No,
so,
it's Fae for chimera.
Okay, so that's 7. And what else did you say?
If
Okay.
you use any bunks, then. But otherwise, it's Dragon's Ire plus Fae.
Okay, so that's 7 dice, if someone can roll.
7 dice at diff 7. One, 2 successes.
Okay. Thank you.
So how are you doing your distribution on that?
Yeah, she's kind of banging her claws on the William's armor, going, "We're gonna burn your fucking face, motherfucker!"
Oh, are you
That's
doing
what-
that? Are you doing that as a bunk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then you get 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay.
Afram will blush. It's a lot of swearing.
Yeah, Caudle will just say through the microphone, language.
Hang
I
on.
said so.
So how are you? I need to know how you're buffing your claws.
Just adding power to them, adding strength to them, so they do. I guess instead of doing the +4 goes into so they do 4, 5 +6 instead of +2.
So yeah, so you're putting it into your damage, right?
Yeah.
For how long? You have 4 successes. If you put all 4 into your damage, you only get it for 1 turn.
I shall put it for 2 turns. So 2 for 2 turns.
Well, it'll be 3 for 2 turns.
Okay. 3 for 2 turns. Okay, yeah, 3
Okay.
for 2 turns.
All right, so you're okay. So as you all are buffing and prepping yourselves, this is what you see approaching, and it is a big red dragon. It's sparkly. It's got like jeweled scales.
Funny.
Oh, 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 whoa, oh.
And it's big, and it looks relatively as angry as the picture. And everyone can understand it when it speaks. It is not immediately aggressive. It does say, "Who are you, and why are you intruding on my horde?"
William, to his mind, he's like, he just said horde. Horde.
For the
Hmm.
horde. Oh.
Kind of. William
Alice. Oh,
looks
sorry.
at Alice.
Alice stands there, stands perfectly straight, points her finger at the dragon, says, "We are not here for your women."
So the dragon
Oh,
will
no.
look at Alice and say, "I said horde, not whores."
Wait, you have horse?
Cabo just face palm.
If a dragon could facepalm, would be doing that.
Because
By
if
the
you
way-
do, that's just wrong.
Lindsay, I'm gonna PM you something.
Okay. It's waiting for it.
Did I mention English is not my first language?
Well, I mean, you're in the dreaming, so you're speaking a universal language that
William's leading the charge, and he's looking to see what he does next. Because
William
Ephraim
just
may go ham and just say fuck everything else.
William looks at Alice and looks at the group and says, "Are we sticking with the plan?"
Yes.
What?
If you guys are staying, I'll stay. Sure.
Alice?
Mr. Dragon, we are here to negotiate.
Damn it, Alice.
it growls a low growl and kind of like comes up to Alice. Feel its hot breath on your face. But it doesn't seem interested in attacking right at this moment.
William kind of like stands near Alice and like tries to be kind of at front. He doesn't want his, so-called sister to get hurt. But he tries to be like, like, I'm the guy here. Like, you're not the guy here. I am the guy here. To the dragon.
I'm the guy here. Is that
Like
what he said?
he doesn't say it, but like his body mannerism is like, I am the alpha predator here. I am the alpha here. So like he tries to look at the dragon, like tries to protect Alice at the same time. But this is like Alice's thing, so he let like he is kind of listening to Alice, but he just said under his bed, "God damn it, Alice."
The dragon moves one eye to look at William, the other eye on Alice. And then looks back at Alice with both of his eyes. Negotiate for what?
You just mentioned having a horde, and we did not know about this. So maybe we can deal for a portion of it.
I am sure you have problems, Mr. Dragon. We can solve your problems, or one of your problems, and share the profit of the horde.
Shouldn't we tell him he doesn't want this problem as well?
And you don't want us as the problem. You're right.
He
Looks
just
at the
nods.
slower, like the only one that's speaking sense. Like,
It utters another low rumbly growl as it's thinking. What do you have to offer?
William thinks for a second and says, I have heard that the creatures, the nightmare creatures, are becoming more and more. Dreaming is more heavy now. And I'm sure you're having your portion of problems because of those nightmare creatures.
It gives a bit of a huff in agreement.
So, it's very easy. Maybe if the group, all of us, agrees that we solve one of your nightmare problems, we kill the thing that puts you on arrest, and you share the hoard. We get the house. Yes. Really, was like, yeah.
You are in need part of my hoard for glamour, aren't you?
Yes, half of the glamour you possess.
Or if you happen to have any rare and valuable treasures, we're willing to trade the other way.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement with that. We both like fire. We have a lot in common.
My sister indeed does like fire.
I'm laughing at a character. The dragon just kind of looks at her sus, like,
She pulls out her Zippo and lights it.
gives a little bit of a nod. You solve one of my problems. I will let you continue.
Continue to what?
He's trying to think of how to word it, because he's a fucking dragon.
And I'm a she, and she about to do she things. So
I will allow you to continue to get glamour from my hoard. At this point, you can gather that his hoard is the dead chimera. Like, he's claimed the area that you're in and all of the dead chimera in it.
Are there many dead chimera?
There are a few.
So your hoard is nothing but corpses. Interesting. I thought a
And
dragon had
dead
more integrity.
things.
I thought a dragon had more integrity than that.
I mean, it is nightmarish times right now. Add a character.
For a second, I was like, is that in character? I mean, come on. We're in a recession here.
So the dragon is facing a recession, and he's trying to negotiate with us. We could just take everything, guys, and just say, and the dragon.
Dragon is like, economy is bad these days.
Or we could just be like proper capitalists and says the economy starts now with you.
Oh man. So
Out of game, you guys can attack at any time. Alice is running out of things to stall it to give you guys time to prep here.
Wait,
It is.
like,
It's agreed to the deal, like, or it's trying to anyway.
the nightmare creature, is it something bigger than you?
Bigger, no.
Dangerous?
Not bigger. Perhaps.
It's a problem that you don't want to face, I guess.
Not that I don't want to face.
William.
Then why you're making us do this shit? Like William is
William.
What's
Because
up?
you're in my territory.
William. Did you come here to run errands for a dragon?
No, I just had some other ideas, but well,
You come and intrude on my territory, and you want to continue to steal my things. I'm going to ask for something in return.
Sounds like
Possession.
subjugation to me.
Possession is not part of the dreaming.
Oh no.
Prime thing we're fighting against, aren't we? Or are we not doing that?
Someone threw down the S word.
What's the S word he says through the microphone?
Well, as Sir Bishop has pointed out, it sounds like the dragon is suggesting that Councilman Black is beholden to him, or owes him something, or should serve him, and there's the S word.
I mean, it's a dragon.
Looks back at William.
That's what they
I didn't
do.
say the S word. You said the S word. Like,
There is no S word being used. If S word was used, I probably would have lost myself, but it's fine. Dragon. It's really like. Oh, go on, Silas.
I was gonna
Sorry.
ask, can I use Autumn 2 to see if this dragon is like hurt or anything like that, as to why he's not like handling his own problems?
The fact of the matter is that they offered to handle a problem for him. Of course, he's going to take it.
Yeah, William
Yes.
did offer because he had other. Like he didn't tell why he did it, but like he has an idea.
Huh. Is it another dragon?
Where is the nightmare?
It'll motion not too far away, and if you look over, there's a darkened portion of the dreaming.
William slowly turns towards the group, while like with one eye he's like watching this mofo. William says, "I have an idea. Let's do what the dragon says. Share half of the things, and have a good relationship with this guy."
Not to mention, we'll get to kill a nightmare and get it out of the dreaming.
And maybe for the future, this dragon may aid us. I will relinquish my portion of the deal and try to make a new one. This may sound a bit selfish, and sorry for that, but is this agreeable for everybody? They basically do the deal with the dragon, get the dross, and relinquish a nightmare from the dreaming.
I hunt nightmares for a living, so you know what my answer is.
One yes. Max, Caldwell, Sir Ephraim, Sir Bishop, Shea, what do you guys say?
So my volume went down for some reason. I didn't hear what was the deal.
William, basically we kill a nightmare creature for the dragon. And then we get the dross and then relinquish a nightmare from the dreaming, which is a good thing for most changelings.
Sure, that works. Shall I say?
I agree with getting rid of nightmares from the dreaming. That's to be expected. But I have this very serious problem with like being beholden to a creature that may or may not think like we do.
Then we need to make sure that our deal is extremely clear.
What the?
Colwell, Max, what do you guys say? Oh. Silence
Well-
went to Pete.
By the sound of it, sounds like we're looking to trade in services and make a friend. Is that right?
Yes, that's my idea.
Well, I'm a firm believer that love conquers all, and I think it's a good idea.
William nods.
I have a question. That dragon is not interested in making friends. That dragon is interested in the dragon and what that dragon wants.
Well,
There's
if
nothing
it's
keeping
for-
that dragon from reneging on said deal.
Well, then it will.
We could kill said dragon because we have two extremely capable people. Take everything and kill the nightmare. It can't be that strong if it can't handle its own domain.
That's true, but I don't. You see, there's something in William, like it's like his voice didn't shake, but like he stands in silence. That he is thinking because like there's a helmet, and I don't think you can see through the helmet. So he says, "I understand, but I would like to stay in the good side of this dragon as much as possible."
Standing
William's common sense is telling him that having a dragon for an ally is not a bad thing.
See, I have a crazy idea that I wanted to do for a long ass time. Oh, and secondly, just one thing I will explain. William killed dragon, and then now he is looking after the dragon's kids. Like the small dragon chimera. And he feels extremely sad about it. And that's why he doesn't want to kill immediately just because it's a thing. Because we entered where this guy lives and he's defending itself. So, and William is Philly. So he is like, he kind of like, he understands where Ephraim comes from because it's kind of make a lot of sense. But he says, Sir Ephraim, I do not wish to kill a creature that just lives in the dreaming.
It's not simply killing a creature. I'm saying that creature doesn't think like we do. I'm saying to assume that a creature will abide by our own rules is foolhardy and naive.
Let me ask the dragon. And William turns towards the dragon and actually removes his helmet. Mr. Dragon, may I learn your name? Meraxes.
Give it a name from Skyrim. Croesus.
Wushroda.
Alduin?
No, Alduin would be black. Actually, fuck it, I'll name him Croesus. So that's what he'll say. His name is Croesus.
Croesus. I am William Black, Councilwoman of Brooklyn.
Councilwoman?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Councilman of Brooklyn.
Yeah, wait. I'll just make sure I like slap him behind the head. You're a man! There's a man of Brooklyn!
Councilman of Brooklyn. We entered your territory and we have seen dead creatures that you call your horde. If we do this job for you, the group, except me, will get half of your horde. They will make it their own. Is this understandable?
It nods and snorts in agreement. And when it snorts, the smoke comes out of its nose, like in the picture.
Mm-hmm. And between you and me, I would like to create a friendship. Understanding that we help each other in the bad times. In the future, we may call about this help again. Is this agreeable as well? Or, if you want, after the deal is done, we can talk later.
Want
I will come
be
to your
friends.
territory in peace.
If we're going to do this, I would suggest that we get it bound by the dreaming.
Yes. Does anybody has contracts?
Nope.
Well, oaths are fealty or a thing.
I am not
So
doing
make the
all that.
dragon kneel.
You will
Yeah,
take
that's
the
a good
knee.
idea.
The dragon will process. He will agree to William's deal. He thinks that a friend wouldn't be a bad thing.
I am known as a warrior. And I believe we will benefit from having each other.
It nods, and he lowers his head, like adjusts his stance to where it's not so intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like sits back and lowers its wings and everything.
William extends a hand, but and then like taps his chest 2 times. I guess we got a deal.
So, out of character, you guys will have. Let me roll a dice just to make it fun. Of how many chimera you will get to harvest.
If it just comes 1, I will like headbutt the dragon.
I'm just saying, I would laugh if it is just 1, and I will just judge William every day.
He is just being judged. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
2.
Word, son.
No, let me. This should be more than that, so you do it again. I will give you a do-over.
Thank you.
Hilarious if it's
Roll,
just 2.
roll a 1.
You get 8. You all get 8 chimera to harvest from.
Funny if it was like 1.
I mean, you got 2 the first time, and I was like, "Oh my god! All right, no."
Croesus
You're like,
is
you
just
only
like
have a horde of 4. Well, you took 2 already. Oh, that was
Croesus,
6.
Croesus is just like, but it's a really cool one, right?
Yeah, like, really cool. Look at the shape of it.
Well, I had a whole of 6. Where did the other 2 go? Oh wait, sorry about that.
So
you
we
don't
will
have
get-
to. You don't have to make all 8 of your rolls in the scene. You can do it after.
You have
I got a question. Because my glamour roll has been sucking. I was wondering if maybe if we could have the dragon do the glamour.
Nope.
extraction?
You have to do it because it's you
Mhm.
harvesting dross.
Okay.
dragon. William just looks at this dragon and says, "So you say you have 16 dead bodies, and we will get 8."
He will nod. That is what I have at this moment. Yes.
Oh, see. Are we gonna do 8 rolls, or it's gonna be like 2 for each person?
Well, everyone can harvest a chimera at once, so you get 8 rolls.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Yeah,
Oh
like
boy.
multiple people. You can harvest 5 times its permanent glamour rating.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, like whatever everyone gets out of it is you're harvesting its glamour.
When William like hears there's like 8 of them, he just says, "Do you still want me to not harvest from them?"
The dragon will look at William and say, "You may harvest from 3."
Thank you.
And Caldwell will just pull away the microphone and kind of whisper into William's helmet, like little slit thing,
Hmm.
and just say having a dragon in your pocket is worth more than any kind of coin or dross.
He slowly nods. And he turns to the group and says, I guess we let's track the nightmare.
Now that should be easy.
Exactly.
When we do that scene, I have the best picture for the nightmare you're gonna fight.
Yes.
What are we gonna do today?
No.
No.
People have to go, so we're gonna do it at a later date. Next week, we'll definitely do it next week. So,
Sweet. Awesome.
all right. So I think with that, you guys are gonna be harvesting for a while, and we won't drag out this scene with you doing that. We can go ahead and end it here.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been a scene for Living World of Darkness, Kingdom of Apples. We will see you next time. Bye bye.